1/5 of all Dutch churches are now secular buildings. Churches in the Netherlands have been converted into community centers, museums, apartment buildings, and even gyms.
Here's a summary of the article.
At least 1/5 of the Netherlands' 6,900 church buildings have been converted for secular use, a national Dutch newspaper reports, and hundreds more are expected to follow suit in the coming years. About 25% of Dutch churches built between 1800 and 1970 are now being used for non-religious purposes, including as apartment complexes, offices and cultural centers, according to an investigation published by the TRO in June. Around 20% of Dutch churches built before 1800 have also been redesigned, most often finding new life as community centers, museums or theaters. Dutch church buildings are often located in central areas, TRO reports. TRO's investigation into converted church buildings comes during a time of increased secularization in Dutch society. Many churches have been standing empty for years and they are so costly to maintain that alternative destinations for these churches have been sought, Doelf told HuffPost. In the northern part of the country, a former Dutch Reformed church has been converted into a holiday vacation rental.
This post received a score of 11,078, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It is a way to preserve historic and monumental buildings that otherwise would fall in disrepair. Over half the people in the Netherlands are either atheist or non-practicing. In the Orthodox areas of the country, however, Protestant communities actually build hypermodern mega-churches with space for thousands of people that are not even half-filled on Sundays.
I'm not religious, but still get a bit sad when a church falls into disrepair. They were the community centers of the 19th and 20th centuries on the Canadian prairies. And built as a community effort versus waiting for the government to do it. The plain churches are being torn down for residential infill houses within the cities. Thankfully, the libraries are filling some of that role as they move away from storing so many books.
The largest church in my city is abandoned, middle of the city too. Sheathiels have been breaking the stained glass windows. I'm not religious either, but it's sad to see. A big stone building, at least 4 stories tall with the spire. Over 100 years old, probably more.
Whereabouts?
Southern Kentucky.
I thought the South was religious.
It's also poor.
Just off of my mind. Pool bar Leiden, rentable cathedral for events Leiden, gym Leiden, museum Utrecht, bar Utrecht, bookshop cafe The Hague, apartment complex Rotterdam suburbs, fetish sex club Amsterdam. See comments below for more. Can't list them all.
Greater than fetish sex club Amsterdam. Someone should look into this. For science.
Well, here ya go. I think it's mainly for LGBT.
Nice, thanks. For science.
Greater than 69 upvotes. Nice.
The church that's been converted to a multi-level bookstore and cafe in Maastricht is absolutely stunning. Do yourself a favor and go Google image search Bokhandel Dominikanen. You're welcome.
Greater than Bokhandel Dominikanen. For those going to look at pics. It's a pretty normal cathedral church with tables with books in them and a big 3-story library where the pews would have been. They've respected the church architecture and put stuff in the middle essentially. It's pretty.
Spoilers, dude.
There's one on Vancouver Island that's now a fish and chip restaurant and quite a good one too.
I see they've embraced Comic Sans in a big way.
Yes, it's Port Alberni. They can cook, but as to fonts.
What'll repurposed Middle West mega-churches become?
Prisons.
The Dutch are nothing if not practical.
Am Dutch, can confirm. Also, considering our country is smaller than Denmark with 3x its population, we don't have a lot of undesignated ground left.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.